Hi, my name's Kat. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to be doing a half-hour slow flow yoga practice. If there's anything that we do that doesn't feel right for your body, please modify and just move in any way that feels nourishing. So I invite you to put on some Zen music in the background and let's get started. We're going to start laying down on our mat, having your arms down by your side, planting the feet, letting the chest open, the heart open. And just beginning to bring some awareness to your natural rhythm of breath as it comes in and out of the nose, in and out of the belly. We're using this awareness to help us draw inwards, letting go of everything in the outside world, allowing this time to be all about you, your needs, your well-being, becoming present. And when we become present, we let go of all the powerful emotions and programming that drives us. And we just allow everything in this moment. We release everything that no longer serves. We calm down our nervous systems out of the stress, fight or flight response that we quite often live in. I'm going to do a box breath where we inhale to the count of 3 or 4 or 5 and then you pause for that same length. Exhale for that same length and then pause for that same length. Just do 4 rounds. One more round. Letting the breath return back to its normal pace. Noticing if it's changed, if it's a little deeper, a little longer naturally. And we're setting the intention to keep this awareness and connection to the breath through your whole practice. Being kind to your body. And feeling the feet connected to the floor as you raise your arms up over the head with your inhale. And on your exhale, bringing the arms all the way back down. Inhale, raising the hips up 1 vertebrae at a time, really squeezing into the glutes, little pelvic tilt at the top. And then rolling down, articulating through the spine, back down to the earth. Now we'll combine the two. We'll inhale, raising the arms and the hips. And then exhale, rolling back down, 1 vertebrae at a time.
Once more, inhale up. Really squeeze at the top. Hold, bringing your arms down by your side. Roll your shoulders underneath, clasp your hands together and push your fists down to the floor. Keep squeezing into those glutes. And gently releasing the arms, uncurling the shoulders and rolling down. Let the feet stay as wide as the mat and windshield wiper your knees from side to side, twisting through your lower back and the hips. And coming back to center, we hug those knees in towards your belly as tight as you can. Begin to draw some circles, keeping the knees together, rolling through the lower back, and then change the direction. And holding on to each knee, begin to draw a circle in opposite directions with the knees. So getting into the groin and the hips. And then we'll change direction. And then flexing the feet up towards the sky into our happy baby. You can either hold onto the back of the thighs, the ankles, or the feet, pushing your lower back into the floor, knees down, shoulders down, lengthening the spine. You can do a little rock from side to side, embracing that feeling of being a baby, finding your feet for the first time, the wonder, the simpleness, the presence. And then lowering your left leg slightly to bring your right foot onto the thigh into a figure four glute stretch, hugging those knees in. And then we'll swapping over to the other side. Staying connected to the breath. And then unwinding that leg. We'll bring the feet up towards the sky and then roll up one vertebra at a time into a rocking motion, or you can roll to your side and sit up. Come all the way up to a seated position. Tuck your tailbone under, scoop your belly and lift your legs into our boat pose, Navasana. You can either hold behind the knees or release the arms. Option to straighten the legs. Keep that belly scooped, nice long spine. Sitting on the back of the sit bones and then lowering those legs with control. We inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky, lengthening through the spine. Bend your left leg and twisting opposite arm to leg. Push your arm and knee towards one another. Look over your shoulder. And coming through center and over to the other side. Creating a little bit of resistance, pushing the knee and the elbow together, twisting through the shoulders. And coming back to center, we're going to drop that knee down, hinge from the hips, so we're tipping the pelvis forward. If you think of it as a bowl, we inhale, lengthen up towards the sky, and exhale, fold forward towards your leg. Trying to keep the spine in a lengthened position as much as you can, bringing your belly down towards your thigh, breathing deep here. Allowing everything to be as it is, and gently release. We'll bring the hands behind you, turn the fingers in towards you, open up the chest. You can stay here or lift the hips up into a reverse tabletop. And gently coming down. We're going to extend your left leg out, bend your right knee, inhaling that left arm up. And exhale, elbow to the outside of the knee, twisting as deep as you can, looking over that shoulder. Coming through center, swapping sides, pushing the knee and the elbow into one another, twisting the shoulders. Coming a little deeper when you exhale. And release back to center. We drop that knee down, hinge from the hips, inhale, reaching up tall, and exhale, fold forward, trying to keep the lengthened spine. Seeing if that deep exhale lets you release just a tiny bit more. And letting go. We stretch the legs out long, reach your arms to the sky, circle the arms down behind you, turning the fingers in to face you, opening up the chest, shoulders back. Option to stay or lift those hips up into a reverse plank. Lowering down. You can either cross the legs and come over into a tabletop or flip your legs around, meeting in our 4-point tabletop position. So we're spreading those fingers wide, rounding into the shoulders, into the spine. And then on your inhale, dropping the belly, spreading your sit bones and opening up those collarbones. So we're keeping those knees underneath the hips, just articulating through the spine. Inhale as we open the front of the body. And exhale as you really push your hands through the floor and round. And you can move intuitively here in any motion that feels good, or we're going to draw a circle. So shifting the hips back over the heels, the shoulders, over the fingertips, and then changing the direction or moving in anything that calls, anything that's tight, leaning into it. And then coming back to center, I'm going to shuffle those knees a little further back so we can drop the hips forward, keeping the shoulders stacked over the wrists, a little pelvic tilt, pulling your pubic bone up to your belly button. I'm going to do our chaturanga practice, lowering down, elbows tucked in. We inhale into our cobra, rolling the shoulders back, opening up the chest. And then releasing the head back down. I'm going to stretch your left arm out in line with your shoulder, lifting the right leg up and over into a twist. So you can feel this stretch into the chest, the shoulder, maybe even the belly, the back. Resting your head down. And we'll come through center and do the same on the other side, stretching that right arm out in line with your shoulder. Opposite arm lifts up and over. And coming back through center. I'm going to push your fingertips into the earth. We open up the chest, rolling up as high as you can. Push those hips down and then exhale, releasing down like a wave. Inhale, rolling up like a wave. Exhale, rolling down to protect the lower back. Squeeze into your pelvic floor. So we're going to come back into that twist, elbow bent out beside you. So this time with the elbow bent, it's a lot deeper stretch into the chest than with the arms straight. So if it doesn't feel good for you, stay with the straight arm version. You may not be able to go as deep with this one. Coming back through center, so either straight arm or your cactus arm on the other side, twisting the leg up and around behind you. coming one more breath and back through center. Planting the hands under the shoulders, we push those hands through the earth, pushing all the way back into a child's pose. Your hips come down towards your heels, lengthening the spines with an active child's pose up onto your fingertips, really pushing the chest down to Mother Earth, connecting the forehead, your third eye if it's available, breathing deep into the back body. And then slowly lifting the head, bringing the chin forward a little bit to deepen into that upper back opening. And then we're rolling up, plant the hands, curl the toes under, and we'll come up into our first down dog, shifting the hips back. Bend the knees so you can really spread the sit bones up towards the sky, lengthening the spine, and then we can pedal the feet out, pushing one heel down and then the other, lengthening into the back of those legs. And then bend a little deeper. We roll forward like a wave into a plank, stacking the shoulders over the wrists. Then bend the knees and scoot back up into that down dog shape, rounding like a wave into that plank. Bend the knees, shift the hips back, and again. Good. One more. And then we'll walk the feet up towards your hands, planting the feet, get that connection to the earth. We'll inhale as we roll up to standing, one vertebrae at a time, reaching the arms up overhead. And then exhaling those prayer hands down through center. Arms down to your side, coming into our Tadasana mountain pose. We're standing nice and grounded and strong here, opening up your heart space, feeling the energy in the palms of the hands, taking a moment to center, stay connected to our intention. So really feeling the earth beneath your feet, feeling the energy all around your body as we inhale the arms up. And on your exhale, diving forward, bring the hands down. Inhaling into a halfway lift, bringing your hands to your shins, lengthening the spine. And then your exhale, folding forward, soften through the knees. You step back with your right foot, coming into a low lunge. So your front knee is in line with your ankle. So we don't want the knee to be over the toes. And just do a little rock forward and back, stretching into that hip flexor. Then drop your back knee down, uncurl those toes, push into your front foot. We inhale the arms up. Exhale, twist towards your front leg, rotating from the shoulders. And we drop that hand back down towards your back leg, really wringing out the spine as much as you can. Gently unwind, bringing your hands down towards the earth. Lifting that back knee, step back to your plank. We drop the knees, chaturanga, elbows in, lowering with control. Inhaling into cobra. And exhale, tuck the toes under and pushing yourself back into down dog. And lift the right leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Come up over to the tippy toes of that left foot and bring your knee all the way up towards your belly button. Step the foot in between the hands. If you have trouble getting there, you can drop the knees, lift the chest, and step through. Meeting there, we'll step the other leg into forward fold, rounding through the spine. We inhale, roll those arms out to the side, up overhead, palms together, and exhale, hands down through center. Back into our Tadasana, arms down by your side. We inhale, reaching up, and exhale, lead with the heart, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening the spine. And exhale, forward fold. We step the left leg back into the lunge this time. You can do that little rock forward and back, stretching into your hip flexor. Staying mindful, staying grounded and present. We're going to drop that back knee down, release your toes. Inhale, lifting the arms up towards the sky. And exhale, twist towards your front leg. You can either stay here or we do that deeper twist, bringing your hand down to your back thigh, wringing out the spine, reaching behind. And then gently unwind, come through center, hands to the earth, stepping back to your plank. So you have the option of dropping the knees, or you can stay in your full plank and come down into your chaturanga. Inhale into cobra or up dog, and then exhale back into your down dog. We're going to lift up through the left leg, three-legged dog. Coming up onto the tippy toes of that right foot. Let's bring that knee all the way up towards the belly button, trying to kick that foot through the hands. Bring your other leg up to meet the front, forward fold. Inhale, rolling up to standing. Reaching the arms up over the head, palms together. And exhale, hands down through center. Back to your Tadasana. Opening your hands to receive. Take a moment. Grounding down to the earth. We're going to lift your right foot, so really push that left foot into the earth. We're going to hinge from the hips and kick your leg back nice and active. Keep it flexed. Bring your hands to prayer at your heart. So we're in our warrior 3, a T position with the body. Keep the spine lengthened. Bend into that standing knee and bring your back leg down into a lunge. Reach to the sky, high lunge. Bringing your hands down through center into prayer. Drop your back heel down and slightly turn the toes out to the side into our warrior 1 feet position. Hips still facing forward. We're going to hinge forward from the hips into our humble warrior. Nice long spine, strong thighs. Bring your hands down to the earth and then lengthen through that front leg into our pyramid pose. Keep driving both hips facing forward and trying to lengthen the spine as much as you can. Allowing everything in this moment to be as it is. Your deep breath tells the brain you're safe. We soften into your front leg. Step your other foot up towards the sky into our standing splits. Bring your leg in towards your other feet together, hinging at the hips, come up into your chair pose. So squeezing those thighs together, sitting nice and deep. Open your arms into a cactus position, opening the heart. Pushing up nice and tall, reach those hands up and bring them all the way down by your side. Let's return to our Tadasana, feet hip distance apart, reground. Connecting all 4 corners of your feet. We're shifting your weight over to that right leg. Bring your left foot up, keeping the foot flexed and active. Begin to hinge from the hips. We kick the foot all the way back into a nice long line. Spine straight, hands together in prayer, squaring off those hips. Trusting your balance. Begin to soften into that front knee. Plant your back foot down so they're about hip distance apart, so we're not on a tightrope. reaching high up to the sky in your high lunge. Planting your back heel down, slightly turning the toes out, warrior one. And then pushing into that front foot as we begin to hinge forward. Really feel the energy shooting out through your fingertips. Nice long line, bringing the hands back into your chest. Bring the hands down to the floor. Begin to straighten through your front leg, trying to keep those hips square as much as you can. Spine lengthened. Deep breath, sending that signal to the brain, I am safe. I am okay to be here. Deep breath. Begin to bend into that front knee, shifting your weight forward. We're going to step that back leg all the way up towards the sky in our standing splits, as high as you can. And bringing the feet to meet one another, bend into the knees, come into your chair pose, hinging at the hips. Sitting as deep as you can, opening up those wings, those arms into our cactus. We shoot the arms up towards the sky and bring your hands down through center, Tadasana. Reground, recenter. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, lead with the heart, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, either hands to shins or fingertips to the earth. And exhale, fold forward. You can either step back or do a little hop back into your plank. Chaturanga, either knees down or the full cobra or up dog. Up dog is just the top of the feet and the hands on the floor. Same activation as the cobra with your chest opening. And then shifting back into your down dog. Lift your right leg up towards the sky. Come up onto the tippy toe of that left foot. We're going to step your foot forward into our pigeon pose. So kick your foot towards your left wrist and your knees towards your right arm. Trying to square off the hips as much as you can. We inhale, open the heart, and then exhale, roll forward, reach the arms forward. If you need to shift your hips to the side because of anything going on with your knee or your hip, you can. But ideally, we want hips facing the floor. And to bring more intensity into it, you can bring that foot further away from your hip up towards your shoulder, making it more of a right angle instead of a triangle. Letting yourself melt into the earth, staying connected to your breath, surrender. And then slowly walking your hands back in. We'll curl the back toe under, push yourself back into your down dog, lengthening the spine, then left leg up, kicking your foot through for pigeon on the other side. So knee towards your left arm, foot towards your right arm, squaring off your hips as much as you can. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, bow forward, walk your fingers out as much as you can, or you can stay high if you need to. Really focus on that deep breathing here, melting down into the earth. Let go. And gently raising the head, walking your hands back in. We'll shift on to one side to bring those legs around in front. Make sure there's enough room behind you. We're going to roll down one vertebra at a time. So tuck that tailbone under. Your lower back will connect first. Strong through the core, mid-back comes down, upper back, reaching the arms up over the head and stretch those legs out long, pointing your toes, little back bend, pulling yourself in opposite directions. And then bringing your arms down by your side. We're going to bring the hands underneath your bum so your palms will face down. Tuck your elbows and your shoulders under. Point your toes and really squeeze your thighs together. Lift your chest and drop the crown of the head back down to the earth, exposing your throat. This is fish pose. We're opening up our throat chakra, our ability to speak our truth. And then gently tucking the head back in, uncurl the shoulders, release the hands. And then hug your left knee in towards you as tight as you can. We'll push it across your body into a twist so your hip rolls over. Reach behind with your arm, your left arm, palm facing up so we can open up the chest. Deep breath here. If you want to go a little deeper, you can bend that bottom leg and grab the foot, coming into a bit of a pretzel shape, trying to push the knees down and the shoulders down to really wring out the spine. And gently unwind, come back through center, give your knee one last little cuddle. And then swapping legs, hug it in nice and deep. Twisting across your body, reach behind with your arm, palm facing up, opening the heart space. Option to bend that bottom leg, grabbing onto the foot with your back hand, really wringing out that spine, pushing knee and shoulders down. Deep breath here. Gently release. Come back in and hug that knee one more time. And then bring both legs up towards the sky. We'll circle out those ankles, a little bit of yoga for the feet. As large as you can. Let's change the direction. Point and flex, so really lengthening through the back of the leg when you flex. And then a little yoga for the toes. Try and pull your big toes towards you and your little toes away, which is really tricky. And then swapping the other way, big toes away and little toes towards you. So if this seems impossible, that's okay. It's just relaunching that mapping system to the brain. And the more you can control your feet, the better you walk, which is great for the whole chain. Let's hug those knees all the way in. Planting the feet down, soles of the feet together, knees wide, arms in a cactus position. So letting the body completely relax here, melting down into the earth, surrendering to gravity, opening up through the groin, the hips, the chest. If this position doesn't feel right for your body, please find a position that is comfortable. We are here for a short Shavasana, which is one of the most important parts of our practice, as now it's all about the mind and not necessarily about the physical. So allowing yourself to be still, to be aware of everything that's going on within the mind without judgment. Tuning into every sound around you, but listening to the actual frequency and the vibrations instead of labeling the sound. If your mind is busy, letting those thoughts become part of the background noise. Not engaging, not judging, just allow. Really feeling the energy within the body that is so much more than just your physical body. that is your soul, your spirit, your consciousness, your magnificence. So feeling into the part of you that is so much more, that there is limitless, that there is space, that there is freedom, that there is more beauty, more joy, more peace, more love than our human mind can even imagine. Feeling your heart filling with unconditional love for everything you are in this moment, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. If you would like to stay here a little bit longer, feel free to pause the video. Otherwise, we begin to bring those knees back in, wiggling into the toes, the fingers, slowly hugging your knees in towards your belly, giving yourself a big cuddle, little rock from side to side. And then rolling onto your side, just curling up in a ball here for a moment. Just really solidifying that intention of bringing this awareness off the mat into your everyday life. Living yoga as a way of life, not just a physical practice. Acting to yourself and others with kindness, with compassion. Staying aware of your breath, your senses, your thoughts. And we'll slowly come up, finding any comfortable seated position, meeting with our hands together in prayer at your heart center. And ending your practice with deep, deep gratitude and love for every single cell in your body that keeps you moving, that keeps you well. Bringing your hands up to your forehead. Gratitude for this time you've given yourself today to nourish your body and your mind. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank you so much for joining me and sharing your valuable time with me. Namaste.
Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, share with your friends, follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and I'll see more of you soon. Namaste.